Hi, this is Vicki Romaine with Cheerful Greetings, and today I have been distressing some tickets here, and now I want to make some folders or some containers to put them in. So here are my tickets, and I have them pretty much done. Some of them I've distressed and some of them I have not. So we'll put these to the side and make some holders for them. I'm going to do is with a piece of coffee filter, and these are my filters. You get 200 filters, and I don't know how much they cost me, but I've had them a right good while, especially since I don't really drink coffee. And watch, make sure you only get one out, because one is all I want right now. The first holder I'm going to make is going to have some ripples up here, and this is it here. And I like doing this one in white, even though I can do it in a stain filter, but I enjoy working with the white for this one. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to leave the little ripples in it. What I do is fold it over this way, not meeting at the top. And then I fold it in half this way. Now the first fold is not in half, but the second fold is. Then I take my scissors and just cut it in half. And this is so simple, it's just too simple even to show anyone. But anyway, here I have my top part, and here I have my bottom part. And you want to make sure you have the upper level showing the two levels on top, and this has the two levels. So you want both of them seen. Now, first thing I'm going to do is distress them a little bit. The one I made here, oh, actually I've made two. I used, I'm not sure what color ink I used here, but this was broken china here. So I used a color at this time. I'm going to use walnut stain. I have my little dauber with the name on the back. It tells me that this one is walnut stain. And I'm going to distress the sides. So this could be done on a dyed filter, coffee filter. But I had not made one with the white filter and the walnut stain, so I thought I would do it this time. And then next time when I make one, I will make one with the dyed filter. But I am picking up some of the little wrinkles in here with my dauber. Okay, that's one half. Let's do the other half. Now, it does not matter which half you put on top of the other, but I'm going to put this one because it seems to have more distressed on it. Now, I'll be gluing this together, but I want to show you the back side. The back side will not be even. It will be layered. So let's see what we can do here. I'm using Aleene's Turbo Tacky Glue, and I'm not going to glue the very bottom because it's going to be down lower. I'll glue the bottom of this one. Then I'll glue the upper area of this. I do not want to glue the top part because that's where my little pockets are. Now, I turn this over and I glue it on top of the other one, leaving some space, like that. Now, make sure the back is glued. Now, remember when, excuse me, when I folded it over, I had two loose edges. This was the fold, and this was the fold. So now I've got to glue the piece that had the cut on it. And that goes there. Then on this one, I glue the back piece. There we go. Okay. Now, you will see that I have 4 layers. Now, I'm not through yet. What I've got to do is get my acrylic block and my stamp, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Now, excuse me, before I stamp this, I want to show you some other possibilities. If I didn't want to put flowers on it, I could just put a simple butterfly or a simple flower. And this time, let's see, my flower, I would have to kind of put it at an angle so it would be upright here, and the stem would be at the bottom. I kind of like that. That's kind of interesting. And this, that would do. I think, you know, in crafting you can change your mind. So I've changed my mind. I think that's permissible, so I'm gonna just kind of give him a little butterfly. He's pretty dark already, so he doesn't need a whole lot of staining, but I'll just put some on him anyway. And we'll make this one just a little different. Okay. I will put the butterfly on like this. Now, how would we use this? Well, we would, here are my tickets right in front of me. This will give you 4 slots or 4 pockets to put things in. And they don't have to be tickets. And actually, in reality, it could be 5. And I'll tell you why. If you take a piece of, take your page in your junk journal, say that this is my page, and you glue it on the edge of this side and the edge of this side down to the point, that would give you a 5th pocket, and it could go right back here. So there's 5 pockets at one time. I kind of like my butterfly. That's pretty neat. Now, we'll put this aside for now. Now Here are two that I made previously using the stamps. So I thought I would do this one just a little differently. Okay, same stamps, two different colors. Okay, let's go to our next little container. Okay, this time I'm going to take a tortilla. It looks like a tortilla, doesn't it? But it's a coffee filter, and I set it in a pan of coffee, turned it over, and let it drip off, and put it on a cookie sheet, put it in the oven for a couple minutes at 200, and this is what I ended up with. And it looked like I had a bunch of tortillas on my cookie sheet. Okay, let's see what we're going to make this time. This time, I'm going to bring the side over like that. You'll have to excuse me. Cold weather's not doing well with my throat. We'll turn this over just a little further. See if they're pretty much even in them. Okay, then I'm going to open it back up. Now, I'm going to fold up the bottom. You can fold it up any amount you want. I kind of like this amount. We'll fold it up this amount. I'll go back to the sides where I had it folded. I do this side like this. And it looks pretty even. Okay. Now, this time, excuse me, this time I'm going to glue the little flap here. We do the edge over here. Just high enough that it'll catch it. But in other words, glue it about the same height. Excuse me. Okay, on this side, I'm going to glue the edge here and up the same height. And then we flip it over. There we go. This one. I want to try to get it as close to being parallel as I can to the bottom. That was pretty much parallel. Now, this is my pocket. It's already pretty much finished. And I can put all sorts of goodies in here. Now, this pocket can be, the size of it can be determined by how much you pull over, you turn over. In other words, I didn't turn over a whole bunch, so I have plenty of room to put all sorts of things in here. But I want to decorate it. Now let's see what we're going to do to decorate it. Since this one is so plain, I could put my flower in here. But that flower really ought to go up this way. So I think what I'm going to do to make it a little different again, I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to put a stamped image on this. And let's see, I think I'll just do leaves. And we'll have it coming off the off the edge. You can put them as close as you want. There we go. That's on one side. Now that decorates this up a little bit. Let me wipe off the stamp. Okay. Now, excuse me, if you want to, you could come back or even do it beforehand and distress it a little more around the edges like this. And then you can just kind of smear a little walnut stain over the whole thing if you wanted to. Okay, now we have one of these, and here's one that I've made previously. Wait, let's see where it is. It's over here. I'm gonna put it over here. Okay, here's two that I've made previously. Notice that this one is real wide. This one is smaller. In fact, I think this is a smaller coffee filter. And then this one is pretty much the same width, but I put the bottom up a little further, and I put a woman's image on it. This one I distressed the flower. So there's 3 different looks on that one. Okay, this is my third and last item I'm going to make. I'm gonna leave that there for now. I'll get me another stained coffee cup. And this one I fold this way. And this way. Basically the same fold, except I'm gonna make it longer. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna make it wider than long. Okay, I'm gonna fold this up like this. Then I'm gonna turn this one down. Like this. To make it look like a pocketbook type of thing. Okay, here's one I've already done. We'll start with it first, and then I'll go back and glue that one. And I have this paper that I printed out, and it had a white band all the way around it, and I've cut that off. Reason being, I want this to be upright. Now, how do we do upright? I want it upright when I fold it over. Therefore, I want it upside downwards now, and I'm going to have the back side, the bottom side. So I want it upside downwards, and I'll put I have to remember there's a white edging over here. I'm going to put my piece of my little pocket over far enough that it doesn't go over the white edge. Then I'm going to glue it onto here. I'm going to have to start this all over. This is not right. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do next. If this one is already fixed, glued, so I will show you how to glue it in a few minutes. It makes a little pocket purse, and what I'm going to do is cover the top with glue. And I'm using my rubber cement since the tacky glue didn't work. It's not that it wouldn't work, I didn't have enough of it coming out. I'll be all day getting this top covered. So I'm gonna cover my top here, all the way up. Now, I've got a piece of designer paper here. This is a print that I copied, and I cut the white piece off the top. Now, if you were using a regular piece of designer paper, you wouldn't have to worry about the top. Only put your piece where you want it. Now, what I want it to be upright when it folds over. So I'm going to turn it upside down and have the blank side up. I have to remember that I have a white edging on each side that I did not cut off. And then I just put it at the edge, straight across, and then I glue it down and smooth it out. I may have to go back and put a little dab of glue somewhere, but I think I got it. Next, I'm gonna take a scissors and I'm gonna cut out the top. Now this was a spunknik paper or collage. So I'm not sure exactly what all I've got on the top flap because I didn't really check it out. So we'll see what we come up with. Okay, now after I get the piece off, I fold it over, and this is my top, and it's right side up. And it has an interesting design on it. Now we have to decide how we're going to hold it shut. I would use Velcro, except the coffee paper is so thin, the filter is so thin that I'm afraid the Velcro will tear it. So let's find a substitute. I've got a couple birds here. And let me see here. I've got some letters here that would probably work. What I will do is only glue part of the item down. Now, I like that. I think that's pretty neat. There can be something on the side. Let's see if that's the color I want. Okay. This will do. I can glue it here and then slide, excuse me, slide my paper in and out here. So I'm going to glue the bottom half. And let me see if I can get enough of this glue out to do it, because I want it to hold good. Okay. Let's see. Needs to go up the main piece a little bit. Okay, excuse me. I'm gonna put this down at the edge, like this. That holds my top flap down. I'm gonna keep my finger on it because the glue hasn't set up yet, but I can lift a flap out. And there we go. Okay, let me show you how I made that flap. Okay, we do the two sides, and we bring up the bottom. And bring down Now, in this case, I want to bring the top flap down enough that it covers the bottom. So, and if you fold this in the wrong place and you want to start over, that's no problem. This coffee filter paper will smooth out fairly easily. Okay. Now, I only have to go over it a couple times and it will clean up. Now, I'm going to pull this out and put my glue in here. Let's see if I can get enough glue. This one wants to wrinkle up on me. Okay, to help smooth it out, I'm going to use this paper this time. And I'm going to cover the top with glue. I believe my tacky glue is completely out and that doesn't seem to want to do anything. Now again, this paper wasn't quite wide enough for my thing, so I'm going to do it from the side. And this really doesn't have a direction to it. Want to make sure your edge is on the flap. Okay, I turn it over, and that's my flap. Again, I need to have a way of doing it, and I kind of like the tuck idea. I could put two little circles here and put a string and go back and forth, but I kind of like the idea of the tuck thing, and I think what I'm going to do, let's see, this bird has such a long tail. Let me see where my other bird is. Got another bird here somewhere. Well, maybe I'll go with the butterfly. Let's see what we can find here. There's something else I'm sure that we could use. He's kind of neat, but I think I'll put him over to the side and let him flip out. Let the page flip out from that. Excuse me, from that. I'm afraid there won't be enough to hold these two on, and the bird's wing tail is too long because I want it to fit behind his body, and I don't think it will do that. There's not enough there to hold him, so we'll use this butterfly. Again, I'll use something that's fairly quick here and take this rubber cement, and I'm going to have him like this, so I'm going to glue from here down. And this will hold after it has a chance to set up. Okay, now let's see what we have. Pocket. I have this one here that I made. This one has the bird that holds it down, and it has been like this there for a couple of days, so he's in good shape. This will be fine after it has a chance to set up. I have a little point here that I need to get rid of. This is just a little piece of the filter there. And this one I need to glue just a little more, which I'll do in a few minutes. That needs a little dab of glue. And I got the same little point on this one. Let me see if I can glue him down. Okay, there we go. I think that'll hold. There we go. There's two like this. Here's our third one. I don't know why I picked Z, other than it could stand for zoo, or it's one of the letters that you don't use a lot, so I decided to put it on this. Here's the other style. We have 3 of these. One that kind of shows the ripples. I have one with the woman's image on it, and then this one with the flowers. And I kind of like this one. It's wide, so you can put you can put 2 or 3 big things in here. These aren't cut out right. I haven't distressed them or trimmed them up, but that gives you an idea of that you can put something in there that's fairly wide. Some photographs or something. Then our third style is this. 2 with the flowers on it. And the third one with a butterfly. And I forgot I had one more here that just has part of a, I think it was just a square print, and I just put it on here to trim the flap. So here are my 3 styles of holders for your junk journal. I hope you enjoy the tutorial. I'm sorry I had to do a lot of copying in this one, but in Tennessee we have snow, sleet, and allergies. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please come back and see me again and see what I have in store for you. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe and have a great crafting day. Bye.